Do you like big butts and you cannot lie? Well, then stay tuned because you're going to want to watch this. A couple of months ago, I got a mystery box from Silk & Stitch here in Australia. And what it ultimately was a really big box filled with a crap ton of lace. Beautiful lace. But then I got to thinking, what does one do with a crap ton of beautiful lace? Well, here's your answer. I made a slightly Victorian, slightly steampunk, mostly ridiculous outfit. But then I thought, she's missing something. What is she missing? That's right. She doesn't have enough butt. So today, we're going to make a butt cape / bustle and maybe even a hat. So I hope you're ready because you're about to get sprung. Hi, voiceover mama here. Just chiming in because apparently I still can't work my audio. So these are my materials. I have my beautiful lace, and I'm telling you here that I have a lot of it. I think I've still got about like 6 meters left. I've got an old sheet, which we all have, that I've hacked bits off, and now I'm going to use it for the lining. And now I'm going to show you my box of tulle scraps, which I talk about maybe making ruffles. Just a little heads up, I didn't make ruffles. But they do get used, don't be worried. And I can't remember what I'm babbling about here, so it can't have been too important. And draping time. This is Madge, my replica me. I've tied a ribbon around her waist and I've cut a half moon shape thing and attached that to the ribbon. What my plan is to cut 2 half moons and sew them together, make sort of a bustle sandwich, if you like, and I will stuff it and make it like a pillow butt. And this is my lace, and I have cut a length that I think is sort of from like waist to the floor and a little bit more, showing you that this lace is awesome. If you cut along the ladders, then you get a really pretty lace edge, which is fantastic for those of us that hate hemming. The plan is I've cut along the whole width of the lace, and I'm just sort of folding it in half to find my midpoint. Then I'm just going to pleat the lace along the outside of the moon. Now, I'm a bit of a cheater pleater, and that I like to just fold in half, fold in half, fold in half until I just get some little flappy bits, and then I just fold them over and voila, pleats. Now, I've cut my bits out, and I'm going to go and chuck them in the dye pot. Since I've already learned the hard way that making something poofy and then dyeing it kind of takes away the shape, so we'll dye it now and save ourselves some hassle later on. Right. All my goodies are dyed. It's time to get sewing. that moment when you need to iron, but you've covered your ironing board and all the crap you decided not to put away earlier. Done. So my plan is slowly coming together. She is beautiful and long. Got the lining on. Now let's use some of those tulle scraps. So I stuffed my butt with the tulle scraps, and then I had puppy kisses. Now I'm telling you about how I saw this idea on a video by Hannah from Hannah Makes, and she made a pirate, cosmic pirate Ren Fair outfit, and she bunched up her bustle like this. So do you ever start a project and then just put off finishing it and not really have any clue why? Well, today, well, for the last 3 days, that's been me. Who knows? But my absolutely ridiculous bootylicious outfit does need a hat. So I've decided to use this pattern, or loosely based around this pattern, the top picture there, if you can see it. And I have made a mock-up out of craft foam. I've made a few alterations, quite happy with the ridiculous fit. So today we're going to make this hat. Right. I'm going to pull it apart to trace this off so my alterations are on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the craft foam as like stabilizer and sort of put it up in the hat. I have got some lace that I dyed and a little bit of kind of like a upholstery fabric that's kind of like velour, but not really. So I'm going to try and just layer it all up and find something for the lining, and let's make a hat. Right, so I've got all my bits flatlined together. Let's sew them. So I have my hat top, is that what we call the top of a hat? Just the top of a hat. I have it made. I'm confident that it will fit when I trim it and sew it a bit more. Right, time for the brim. So I have sewn the brim together around the outside, and I've clipped 10 million little clips around the outside. Now, I decided against adding the craft foam because I kind of forgot, and my fabric seems plenty firm, enough as it is. So we're just going to hope it works. So I'm going to turn my brim in the right way, and I'm going to add some wire for a little bit more stiffness. Maybe I give it just a quick iron first. Right, better. It's amazing what a bit of a press will do. Now I'm going to cut myself some wire. It's just whatever wire I had in the drawer. It may not be thick enough, or maybe. I'm going to kind of just measure it out. Get tangled. Just cut a bit so I don't keep like tangling myself up. Yeah, I'll put it inside. Alright. I don't know why I thought making a hat would be easy. I thought, let's make a bustle. That's going to be really quite tricky and hard work, and then I'll just whip up a hat. Easy as. But for some reason, I found the bustle really easy and quick to make, and the hat is proving to be a little bit more difficult. Does anyone else have that issue where you find the hard things easy and the easy things hard? Or is it just me? I need to make the wire go big inside the hat now. Let's try this. If I peg it in and pull it out. Let's do that. Hold it in place. I've made a few hats in the last year or so. Most of them have been out of paper mache and craft foam and cardboard, and they all look fantastic, but none of them actually fit. So I'm really hoping that today is the day that one of them will actually go on. I think I have unreal expectations of how big my head actually is. Once again, fingers crossed that it's going to work. This is so fiddly. I hate fiddly things. Success. I think that'll work. I'll do a top stitch around it. So I've put a heap more clips on, said a little prayer that I don't hit the wire with my needle, and we're just going to give it a go. Let's do this. Voila, we are wired. That's right, it's time to decorate. Now, for my favourite craft supply of all time, hot glue. Now, I've made some flowers, just the old get some tulle and just kind of gather it up. I made some, it's not my feathers. The only feathers I had were yellow and they just weren't doing it for me. So I have made my own and I will show you how I did that. A length, this long or longer, however long you want it, of organza. I think this is organza. Smells kind of funky, so I'm not sure. Some wire. Fold that in half. And just, I don't have any finger strength. Squish that in a little bit on a nice clean half. And a bit of tape, whatever tape you've got. I think this is insulation tape, but I kind of like it because you can sort of stretch it as you put it on. Still takes forever though. Also, I am regretting not putting the craft foam in my hat, and I'm really wishing I had put some kind of stabilizer in it, but, am I going to fix it? No. Am I going to remember next time I make a hat? Probably also no. I'm just trying to cover this wire still. It's a bit floppy, but, it'll do. It's probably only going to get warm this one time, so I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. As for the fit of the hat, we don't talk about it. No. If you hear any random squeaks, that would be my puppy who has chosen this moment to play with his toys. Nearly there. Still twist. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on. Right. Get your scissors. Now, this is really, I need to cut a feather shape first, which is, they're going to end up more looking like a salmon, but I don't think it matters. And do cuts. And same on the other side. Don't like holding my arms up. Try not to cut through the stitching. Don't ask me how I know that. I did try and paint the edges of the other ones to make them look a little less dull, but now they kind of look like they were involved in a crime scene, so we're just not going to look that closely. Right. Put your wire and try and find the center hole. Yeah, there we go. And then kind of like it when we wrapped it up a bit. There we go. Voila! Feather. All right. So I have glue gun, feathers, and they kind of, being the organza, they're like Velcro and they kind of stick to everything. So don't put them in with a pile of old threads and things. Also, don't ask me how I know that. So I have feathers, flowers, and I have some little bit of plastic greenery that I just found lying around. Okay. Oh, and some purple velvet ribbon. It's kind of got a funky line. I don't know why, but I like it. All right. Let's glue. One thing I would like to say is battery-powered glue gun, one of the best investments I think I've ever made. Like not having cords to worry about. I can glue anywhere. I can go outside and glue. I can go in the bathroom and glue. I can just glue anywhere and I don't need a plug. It's a game changer, I'm telling you. For feathers next. Trim that bad boy as well. Now, this is really hot and it does take a while for the glue to actually set up. Flowers. I may come back and lightly stitch these on later. Maybe. See how I feel. And a bit of greenery. Probably could be being a lot more delicate slapping this all on, but I don't want to. Okay, that's going to roll that way. Now, I feel like it needs a thing. Like you see all these cool, funky steampunk hats and Victorian hats, and they always have a thing on them. So I have had butterfly. I wanted to make a bird, and I was going to laser cut a bird and then paint it and stuff. But to be perfectly honest, I'm a little over it, and really all I can think about is my dinner. So plastic butterfly it is. Sorry, butterfly. It'll only hurt for a minute. Alrighty. So I'm going to go and feed myself, and then I'll see you in the reveal.
What the hell was that?
So I have some thoughts. Was I happy with how the whole project turned out? Yeah, I mean, mostly. I mean, it looked good in the photos. It's probably the only time I'll wear it, so I don't need to be too concerned about that, really. I love the bustle. She came out beautiful, you know, everything you wanted, some extra cake on your plate. She does the job. She's fluffy and pretty. Happy with that. The hat, on the other hand, I mean, again, she looked good in the photos, but I really wished I had used the stabilizer, or some interfacing, or even some boning. She's a little too flaccid for my liking. It's also, we have to address the elephant in the room. It did not fit. It stayed on for the video, but that was mostly due to my incredible skill at keeping my head deadly still, because, any movement and she was coming off. Lesson learned for next time. You're right. But it was fun. I had a good time. I enjoyed spending it with all you guys. So if you like this video, then go ahead and like my video. Feel free to subscribe, and then you can get notified whenever I decide to come back and make something else ridiculous. And if you're into all that kind of stuff and like to watch me make silly things, then I'm your mama now.